What's up guys, Shane Starnes here, and the Galaxy S10 Plus has a mega 4100 milliamp hour battery. It also has all-day intelligent battery technology, meaning that it actually adapts to how you use the phone to try and help save battery life. And I've been hearing all kinds of reports about how great the battery life is on the Galaxy S10 Plus, but just how great is the battery life on the Galaxy S10 Plus? I've been using this phone as my main device over the past week, and I've been keeping track of my battery usage, so I'm going to share that with you guys right now. Let's go ahead and get started. So before we really dive into things, it's 9:36 a.m. on Friday. I unplugged this phone yesterday at 6:30 a.m. and I'm still at 31%. So if that tells you anything about how great the battery life is on the phone, but we're going to get more in depth with this. Right now we'll go ahead into our settings and I'll go to device management and battery, and you can see that it still has up to 9 hours of battery life left on this phone. And if I go into my battery usage, you can see here that I'm at 1 day and 2 hours, and I've had almost 5 hours of screen on time. So also you can kind of look and see how this device uses battery when it's not in use. So it was actually just sitting next to me on the nightstand all night long, and you can see that it basically didn't use any battery all night long. So as long as the screen's not turned on, it's not being used, it goes into this hyper sleep mode where it's not going to consume any battery. Of course, it's going to wake up long enough to retrieve notifications, but for the most part, your phone's going to be asleep and your battery is not going to be used at all as long as you're not using it. So you can see here that I had over 2 hours of YouTube use and about half an hour of Twitter use. I watched a show on Streamio, and we ended up with about 5 hours of battery, and I still have, up to 8 or 9 hours of use from this phone. So you can actually get 2 days of battery usage out of this 4100 milliamp hour battery, which is insane. I also took some screenshots of battery usage throughout the week, so you can kind of see the pattern of how much battery life you can expect on this phone. So if we go into the gallery, and it looks like I started my screenshots on March 11th, and at about 12 in the afternoon I had 52% left. I had used Twitter for 2.5 hours, YouTube for 2.5 hours, Chrome for 1 hour and 3 minutes, and Netflix for 1 hour and 10 minutes. And then if we go over to the next screen, at 12 o'clock, I had been off charge for 18 hours. I've been off the charger for 18 hours and had 4 hours of screen on time. All right, so at 1 a.m. on the same day, you can see that I had another 49 minutes of HBO Go usage. It kind of restarts the app usage by day, and I'm still only at 46%. You can see that I had 19 hours off the charger and over 5 hours of screen on time, and I'm almost at half battery life, still at 46%. We'll move ahead to March 12th, and at 7:33 in the evening, I still had about 13 hours of battery usage left. I was only at 51% at 7:33 in the evening. I had 1 hour of YouTube usage, 32 minutes of Twitter usage, 17 minutes of HBO Go usage. At 7:34, I had used the screen for 3.5 hours and had been off the charger for almost 13 hours. By 11:28 that evening, I was down to 33%. I still had about 8 hours left to go on my battery. I had used YouTube for 1.5 hours, Twitter for 1.5 hours, and HBO Go for about 17 minutes. And still here at 11:30, I was at 5.5 hours of screen on time at 33%. I had been off charge for 16.5 hours. All right, so moving along to yesterday, at about 6:30 at night, I still had 51% of my battery left. I had been on YouTube for about 2 hours, Streamio for 1.5 hours, Twitter for about half an hour, and I had been off the charger for 11.5 hours with almost 4 hours of screen on time. And that brings us to this morning. I woke up and took a screenshot here at 7:22 this morning. I still had 35% left from yesterday's charge, and you can see there's not much usage here when I just first woke up, but it said that I still had about 10 hours of battery life available. And you can kind of see the same pattern here. It didn't really use any battery while I was sleeping. It saved that 35%, and it was ready for me when I woke up this morning. You can expect about 8 hours of screen on time on a normal day from this battery. It's going to last you all day. Most people are not on their phone for 8 hours, so you're going to notice, like me, that once you get off work in the evening, you're going to have about 50% battery life left, and that's going to take you well through the evening. Even if you go to bed super late, like midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, you're still going to have battery life left. There's plenty of optimization options in the settings to where you can make your battery last even longer. But the fact that it's able to hold a charge for 2 days, and I can get it, I could probably get to 5 o'clock this evening on this battery if I really wanted to. In my eyes, that's pretty impressive. This has to be the best battery life that I've ever seen on a phone. Anyhow, guys, that about wraps it up for this video. If you like the video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel for more content like this in the future. Also, be sure to hit that notification bell. It's the only way that you'll be notified every time a new video is released. Thanks, guys, for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.